Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are tying up some crappie jigs because I'm headed south to go hopefully get some dinner plates. So we've got our red head because everyone down there says that red and white is the ticket, but we'll tie up some other colors because I don't always trust them. It's on a Gamakatsu size 1, so nothing giant, but definitely strong enough in case we encounter something else. We're tying this with Kevlar thread, so it's the same stuff I use for like salmon twitching jigs, but it allows me to tie it super tight, so I have the confidence that my jig will catch more than one fish. Okay. Like I was saying, I like this Kevlar thread because it gives me the confidence I need to catch fish without just coming unraveled. We've got some kind of janky looking marabou, but you kind of sift through it and find the proper feathers. Yoink those bad boys out. And that's what we've got. I'm going to take and trim off the tip part of this just because that little chunk there never looks natural. I'm going to take it, just put some nice uniform looking marabou in there. 1 and 2 wraps over, and I'm going to take it and kind of roll it around the hook. That should get that all the way around there so it looks even. And voila. I'm going to add one more just to give it a little bit more bulk. Get rid of that. Bang. And same process, we actually want to make this about the same length. If not a little shorter to give it a tail-like look. It tapers out in the back. Same process, 2 loose wraps. And then a quick loop around. Roll that down on there. This is kind of a fun way to make some tackle. Keep your mind occupied if you can't go fishing. And also, if you lose it, it doesn't quite hurt as much. This lead is from an old tire weight. It was melted down. The hook cost, I think it was boiled down to like 30 cents for the hook when I bought the pack and measured it out and everything. And the marabou, you know, we're talking pennies. So you can make a bunch of these for super cheap and not feel bad if you lose them. But also if you keep them, they can last a lot longer than your typical cheap store-bought one. So it's a lot of fun to do, and you can get creative and make jigs that no one else likes. That's kind of one of my fun little tricks I do with these crappie jigs. Measure it out about as long with the room we have left and give it a little bit extra there. And pull it backwards. It's kind of hard to explain, but against the grain, it's not going to feel comfortable at first. I'm going to lay that zonker strip in there and tie it in super tight. That's okay if there's some extra bulk, it gives it some extra body on there. I'm going to keep all that back. And here we just have some chenille, just some basic red. I believe it's medium chenille. I have so many and have bought so many that it's hard to keep track because I throw the bags away and compartment them. So put them in compartments and stuff, or compartmentalize, or whatever you smart people call it. I'm just a dumb fisherman. Clean off the end so we have this little strand there to tie in. And actually probably bit off way more than I could chew. A lot of times you gotta be careful with how much you break off, because this is way too long. So we're gonna cut that down here. We'll go over it just a couple times to get that body built a little bit bigger. But again, you'll see it kind of isn't gonna matter, but at least you can hide it behind the rabbit zonker. This is the nice part about using the 8-pound stuff, is the Kevlar, is because it can really be tightened down on top of these things, and your jig will be tight, I mean just rock solid. So then it leaves you with a finishing touch that should hopefully pull everything together. Like I said, I've tested this before and they hold really well. The paint we've worked on and came down and got it dialed, and I mean they come nice. So the zonker, pull it back and lay it on over there and give her 2 loose wraps, and we're going to pull that zonker strip nice and tight. A lot of times I'll add some Flashaboo, and add, you know, all sorts of stuff to make it kind of bright and shiny, but we're going to keep it simple today, and just show you the basic kind of crappie jig that I tie. They're not flashy fish. They don't require shiny stuff to get bit. I'll get rid of that part. Like I was saying, that Kevlar is so important for this process here, really keeping all of that tight. Yeah,